Hi everyone, welcome to English 102. My name is Yildiz Nurdinowski, but my students call me Miss N, and I'm so very excited to be working with each of you in this asynchronous online course. This semester we'll be focusing on the theme of rhetoric in video games. And you'll not only be playing video games and analyzing video games, you'll actually be building one for your final project. I know many of you are thinking, what on earth does video games have to do with writing and rhetoric? Well, lots actually. And I'm not going to cover everything in this short video, but you can take a look at the description in the syllabus right here and decide if this course is a good fit for you. The best way to communicate with me is via email, and I have all of my contact information here, and you can also find it on the homepage of our Sakai site. Another way to reach me is via Zoom. I have office hours every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 2 to 3, and the link is also on the homepage of our Sakai site. And you don't need to make an appointment. You can just click on the link anytime between 2 to 3 on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and I'll be there. Since this is an asynchronous online course, we will not be meeting on Zoom during our class days. So we actually don't have specific class days. Every single day is a class day in an asynchronous course. The way it's going to work is I'll post all of the exercises that you need to complete at the beginning of the week, and you can complete them at your own pace. However, you should be aware that there are different exercises that are due at different times during the week. So you can have an exercise due on Tuesday, another one due on Wednesday, and another one due on Friday, for example. It really just depends, and I try to allot more time for the exercises that are a little bit more difficult. Course materials. So you do not need to purchase any books for this course. You do, however, need to purchase access to Construct 3, which is the game making engine that we'll be using to complete our final project. Throughout the course, I'll be giving you guys little demos and you can play around with it and try to recreate some mechanics. So that way, by the end of the semester, when you have to create your final project, you'll be familiar with the layout and some of the tools that are in that program. Please do not purchase the program on your own. I will be giving you instructions on how to purchase it in order to get the educational discount. Course requirements. This is a writing intensive course, so just because we'll be playing video games and analyzing video games doesn't mean that you won't be doing lots of writing. Your first essay will be a synthesis essay in which I'll give you some sources and we'll talk about the role of argument in video games. And the second essay will be a rhetorical analysis in which you'll choose a video game that makes an argument and you'll be analyzing the use of the rhetorical appeals. And finally, your last project will focus on you building a video game. So you will be a game designer, and that game will be based on the independent research that you do for a proposal outline. So instead of writing a third essay, which would have been the proposal essay, you will be conducting research, creating an outline as if you're going to write an essay, and then you're going to base your game on that outline. So you'll be covering a problem that college students face in your game. You'll have the players experience that problem firsthand, and then you will be arguing for a solution for that problem, again based on the research, and you'll again have the player experience that solution, and you will be arguing for the benefits of that solution. So I'm really excited about this course because I love to see how creative my students get. Okay, so this is our Sakai site. So if you see this image, you know you're in the right place. So you're going to look for English 102, Writing and Rhetoric 2, Spring 2021. If you don't see it up here, just simply click on Sites and you should see it there. So I emailed everyone to make sure that you accept the invitation to access this site, since it does combine 3 sections of English 102 into one course site. So in order to log into Sakai, you have a few options. You can either go to courses.shepherd.edu, and if you're already logged in like I am, it will bring you to your homepage on Sakai, and then you would just need to find our course. And if that doesn't work for you, you can always just go to Shepherd's homepage and click on Sakai right here. If you want your class to show up here, I forgot to mention, all you have to do is click on the little star, and it will ask you to reload to see your favorite sites updated, and then it should be there. Okay, so going back to our Sakai site, you have a few tabs here, and let's go over each one. So syllabus, this is where you can find all of the course policies as well as the detailed schedule. Announcements, this is where I post any announcements, and they should automatically go to your email, but in case there's something weird going on with your email, always make sure that you check announcements when you log into Sakai. Lessons, this is going to be where you are going to spend most of your time. Okay, so instead of going to forums and assignments and whatever else, this is where I want you to start at the beginning of each week. At the beginning of each week, I list all the different topics that you need to complete, and each one has a different due date. So you would just click on each one and it gives you different instructions on what to do. This one's not completed yet, so it may look different for the final version. And if you need to go back, you can always just click on the lessons tab here. So you get to see ahead of time all of the different topics and tasks that you need to complete, but for the specific task, you need to click on each one. And within each of those topics, you're going to have the links to the assignments or the links to the forums, so you don't necessarily need to hunt for those on your own. And it's also better to go through lessons because the lessons provide context for the assignment. So rather than just looking at the assignment and the questions you need to answer, for example, you can look at the lesson that corresponds with that assignment in order to better understand what you need to do. So moving on, we have forums. This is where you're going to have your discussions on articles or games that you play. These are all the assignments. You can see it says draft because I haven't posted them yet. So again, I'll be posting them on a weekly basis. And we have gradebook. This is where you can find all of your grades. So you're going to have your annotated bibliography / proposal outline. That's worth 10%. Your first essay is worth 15, your second essay is worth 15, and everything else, well, except for the video game and the design statement, that's 20, but everything else that you do for this class is going to go under class participation, and that's going to be the bulk of your grade at 40%. So that's almost half your final grade. So it's really, really important that every week you complete those topics and those lessons because that's where that 40% comes in. And then everything else is not super important here. I add the calendar just in case some of you might use it. Rosters where you can find your classmates and resources. It just adds copies of any of the PDFs or images that I use in the lessons. So that's about it. Just make sure you check your email daily, log into Sakai daily, make sure that there aren't any new announcements in case I have to change due dates or an assignment for whatever reason. But if you have any questions, feel free to email me, and I look forward to working with you guys.